The risk illusion. Why playing it safe is the riskiest thing you can do. Most people think risk means losing money, so they avoid it. They keep cash in the bank. They stay out of the stock market. They choose the safe option every time because the safe option feels like the responsible choice. It isn't. Playing it safe in personal finance isn't the absence of risk. It's a different kind of risk, one that's slower, quieter, and far more destructive over time. Risk is not one thing. When most people say they don't want to take risk with their money, what they mean is they don't want to see their portfolio drop. They're focused on one specific type of risk, volatility, the possibility that the number goes down on a Tuesday. But volatility is just one of many financial risks, and it's arguably the least dangerous one because it's temporary and because the market has recovered from every single drawdown in its history. The risks people ignore are the ones that don't show up on a screen. Inflation risk, the slow erosion of purchasing power that happens whether or not you're invested. Longevity risk, the possibility of outliving your money because you never grew it. Concentration risk, having all your financial security tied to one employer, one income source, one pension system. Opportunity cost risk, the wealth you never built because you chose 0% over 7% for 30 years. These risks don't feel like risks because they don't look like losses. They look like nothing happening, and nothing happening feels safe, the maths of playing it safe. Here's what the safe choice actually costs. 50,000 euros in a savings account at 1% for 30 years becomes 67,000 euros. The same 50,000 euros in a global index ETF at 7% per year becomes 380,000 euros. The difference is 313,000 euros. That's not the difference between risk and safety. That's the difference between two types of risk, and the safe one cost you 313,000 euros. Now factor in inflation. At 3% annual inflation over 30 years, that's 67,000 euros from the savings account has the purchasing power of roughly 27,000 euros in today's money. You didn't just earn less, you lost ground. In real terms, the safe choice destroyed more than half your purchasing power. Why this happens psychologically? Losses feel twice as painful as equivalent gains feel good. This is loss aversion, and it's hardwired into human psychology. A 10% portfolio drop feels twice as bad as a 10% gain feels good. So people make decisions that minimize the possibility of visible, immediate loss, even when those decisions guarantee a larger, invisible loss over time. The brain is optimizing for the wrong thing. It's managing emotional pain, not financial outcomes. This is why most people are better at avoiding short-term discomfort than building long-term wealth. The stock market dropping 20% feels like a crisis. Inflation quietly eroding 30% of your purchasing power over a decade feels like nothing. One of those is visible and emotionally activating. The other is invisible and boring. The invisible one is worse. What actual risk management looks like. The goal is not to eliminate risk. It's to take the right risks, the ones the market compensates you for, and eliminate the ones it doesn't. Investing in a diversified global index fund takes on systematic market risk, which the market pays you for in the form of long-term returns. Keeping everything in cash takes on inflation risk and opportunity cost risk, which the market doesn't compensate you for at all. The correct approach is not bold or reckless, it's methodical. Emergency fund in a high-yield account. Long-term money in low-cost index ETFs. Debt eliminated in order of interest rate. Contributions automated so emotions don't interfere. That's not taking risks. That's managing them intelligently. The real question. Every financial decision carries risk. The question is never risk or no risk. The question is which risks you're taking, which ones you're being compensated for, and which ones are silently working against you without you ever knowing it. The safest feeling option and the safest actual option are almost never the same thing, and confusing them is one of the most expensive mistakes a person can make.